and welcome to the Tlcna family. My name is Carrie Jones, and I'm the therapy coordinator for the center. And I am currently located in the original administrative building at 705 West College. My phone number is 870-423-8559. This is my cell phone, and most of the time the easiest way to contact me. In my role as coordinator, I have many functions. The first one is I oversee the occupational, physical, and speech therapy for all students for all 4 locations. This starts with the enrollment process. As an early intervention day treatment center, a child must qualify for developmental as well as one therapy in order to attend our center and receive Medicaid services. The first step for a child is to go through the Optum screening process. This allows us to be determined by a third party if the child should qualify or possibly qualify for our services. Once that referral is received, a site secretary sends a form called the DMS 640, which is going to be our referral to the doctor to ask them to allow us to evaluate the child for our services. Once that is returned, our ECDSs will schedule an appointment with the families to bring in the child for developmental, occupational, physical, speech therapy evaluations with our therapists and our ECDSs. Once those are complete, then reports are given by the therapist to an ECDS who will create the next DMS 640 form, which will be then our treatment script. This treatment script will be forwarded along with all the reports, including the ECDS reports and their needed forms, in order to make a child billable through our EIDT system. Once that is in place, then I oversee how the child is seen on a daily basis. Since we are governed or regulated by 3 entities, which is the Arkansas State Children's Licensing, the DIP Squad, and Medicaid, we are required to have many forms in place throughout our systems on current and inactive children. This starts with the permanent file, which is done by the ECDS, and then it transfers on to our requirements to retain progress notes, which are completed by every therapist for every session for every child. These logs and notes from therapists and therapist assistants are sent to me on a bi-weekly basis in order to be reviewed to make certain that they are accurate before they are sent on to Keisha Scott, who is our administrative assistant, who enters these into billing for Medicaid for approval for payment. With these notes, they are retained again in my office because we are audited up to 5 years after a child leaves our center. And with these regulating agencies, we can be audited at any time, whether just on site or by file. This is why it's crucial for all of us to be in compliance from the classroom through the file to all the inactive files. We use all this in order to be not only in compliance, but in order to be able to bill Medicaid for the services for each child. It is vital that everyone keeps everything in order to be prepared when an audit occurs. It's not if, it's when it's going to occur and how big is it going to be. So we all work together in order from the first step of enrollment through the annual review process, through the file retention. We retain everything we possibly can on a child to make certain that these audit processes are smooth and easy for all of us to put together in the case when they arrive. Not only is it vital in my job to do retention of files, but it is crucial to make certain that the children that we serve and their families are receiving the services they have been assigned for. In review of the daily attendance, I also review the notes and log them in for data entry to see why and if a child is not receiving the amount of services they are required by their scripts. Our children are our most important aspect of the Tlcna family. We are here to service them, to better them, to make them more successful, not only in their lives at home with their families, but throughout their school years, in their community, and ultimately throughout their entire life. If you have any questions in regards to any child that you might be working with, please let me know, as I do oversee all 3 contracted companies who currently have 25 employees throughout our 4 locations. So I can contact and make contact with these individuals to see if there's an issue such as a script out of date or an eval that it needs to be rescheduled, or if it's just an oversight. But our goal is to make certain that our children are seen for the time that the doctors have permitted us to script the child for. I look forward to working with you. And again, if you have any questions, my phone is always there, and I will be making more site stops in the near future. Again, welcome, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.